So what we're basically going to do in this video is do the maintenance. So that is cleaning the machine, oiling it. But in this video I'll show you where to oil it, how to remove some of the parts, and all you'll basically need is the oil. It's not a specific brand that we use to oil the machine. This one I bought at fabric shop. There's no name on it, but it was like 26 rand, and that basically lasts you an entire year. Then you need your other tools, what you get with the machine. Then you get this little thing as well. I'll get into all of that as we go along. It's just to give you an idea of what we are working with. A lot of people use a brush to wipe off the dust, but I just use a regular cloth. I feel like with this cloth the dust sticks and then I rinse it out, whereas I don't feel like it cleans thoroughly with the brush. So that is why I use a regular cloth. Let me remind you to just make sure it's switched off. Mine is not plugged in. I'm using one of my little ring lights to film, just for extra light. And I always start from the top and then I make my way to the bottom. It's not recommended that you use a spray. This is not even Mr. Min. This is what Super Bright multi-surface cleaner. It's dust, clean, shines. So I do that, then I wipe the machine. It's not recommended that you wipe it with this, but that's what I do because I like the smell. Some people also ask like, how often should you dust or clean the machine, do the maintenance? I do it once a month. This is just the exterior, guys. But then once I'm done, I use this little thing. This is what you get. With the machine fits in there. There's a screw there. I'll zoom for you guys. You remove that because, like I said, we start from the top to the bottom. There we go. We just put that in here because I will lose it. These are like little cute holders that I bought at the store. It's like 6 rand. You also get ones that's like that has magnets. It's magnetic, sorry. And yeah, it keeps like little needles. I just think it's cute because it leaves everything like organized. So I put it in there so I don't lose it. Then we remove this little section. So now that we're on top, you just unclip. You unclip it like that. I was so scared the first time I got my machine because I was just so scared of breaking it, but don't worry, it all comes together like a puzzle. That is right there, that's where the screws in. What I then do is I wipe inside as well. So that's why I don't use a brush. I just don't feel like I really get to wipe everything out properly. So you remove that. This is the important part. This is what and no way is this right or wrong, guys, because this is just what I've been doing for the last few years and it has worked. Let me just get that closer for you. Okay, I think that's so much better. That is where the light bulb is. So normally when you switch on the machine, that's where you will get light, which shines to the bottom. If you need to replace it, literally just take a picture of your machine or just stick it in. Show it to them, and that's how you replace it. So then you just unscrew it, screw in a new one. I just go in with my cloth. When you use this, right, and you turn, you will see that there is, let me get it into focus for you guys. You will see that right over here, might not be clear in this video because of the light, but right in there, when you turn this little thing, let me just show you, it goes up and down. So right in there you can see that's where we had oil, because I haven't oiled this machine in like forever. Just show you right in there. We'll take the bottle and then I will just dab it inside, and while I do that I move it up down just so it can lubricate on its own. The only thing I did was, after oiling, basically hook this back on. I'll screw it back in as soon as I'm done. Then I just go in back with a cloth and I just wipe over here. Next thing, now we will remove the foot, which is this little baby over here, we will remove that. Then you use this little thing. So you use this, and this allows you to remove the foot. Okay, so once you do that, just one turn. Don't know if you guys saw that. I'll just show you where it goes in. So this is, just get that into focus, right? It's right over there. The little key, hook that in there. Oh, this light makes my fingers look ugly. Right over there. This fits in there, and you turn. As soon as you turn, you'll feel like a little click and it drops the foot. There's the foot. I don't know if you can see how dusty this is. I still have thread in here, by the way. And the bobbin. You won't be able to clean the foot properly unless you remove it. That's when I again just go in with my cloth and it's clean. Okay, let me just wipe that. I am not going to remove the needle. I'm not going to remove the needle. If you guys want to know where the needle is, let me just tilt this thing for you. This is the needle. On the other side, oh, let me just turn this thing. It's silly. If I can't show you. Oopsie. That is where you turn, and that will then release the needle. So what you then do is you literally just hold on to the needle, turn it on the other side, it will drop the needle. I'm not going to remove the needle today because, like I said, I recently replaced it. This is what I do on top. You can also remove this and then wipe underneath. So if you'd like, you can unscrew that as well. Dust over there. I don't scratch that far. Now we're going to move to the bottom, which is where the bobbin is. If you guys are obviously familiar with this, the other videos that I've made, I show you how to wind the bobbin. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I have one video where it's review and one where we just set up the bobbin, but I'll link that on the screen, so don't worry. Then this is where I normally dust. Let me just pick up this tripod. This is normally where I dust, so I go in right over there. This is why I use the vacuum, because my fingers won't go all the way. So now this is the tricky part. It's always the bobbin. What you then do is, to be able to clean this part, just turn this and then you turn that. There you go, and then it falls out. Okay, I just realized that the bobbin is it's still in there, the case is still in there. So let's remove that section. Normally this stays behind, but because I'm not teaching you guys, right? See, I still have thread in there. Take that out also, obviously you dust that. There's the bobbin. Keep that because I am not winding another one. This is the section that you really need to clean. As you guys can see, you can just see that is dust. Ew. There's also some little pieces of thread, and so this little thing, don't know what it's called. This I basically learned just by scratching, watching other people, and that's how I learned. I think that's the easiest and best way. If you want to, you can pay someone to do it, but with me, I literally just scratch on my own and I figured it out. So that little section you also clean. Then I wipe this as well. There you go. Good as new. Okay. That comes off, and then what I do is I stick my cloth in there and I wipe. It's gone. I don't know if you can see it, but there's little pieces of thread right at the bottom. Look at that. Just stick this in there so I can get it out. Then where do I oil? Like I said, I will oil along the, let me show you. On the inside, I'll basically oil over there, use the earbud. This little section, let me show you. Right over there, we see this circle. Throw a little turn so it goes right along that little circle. Oh, while I'm turning this like dust, let me wipe that little section. Let me show you. Like I said, you can use a brush. I don't. It was new. So what I do is I just add more oil to it. I'll show you. Now I go in with my bottle. The reason why I like these is because I can literally just remove the cap and add that in there. You can already feel, okay, you won't be able to, but as soon as you're done, you literally feel the difference. Then, like I said, I oil on the inside. Okay, then what we do is we just assemble. It's literally like a puzzle. Last thing to fit would be the ring. It moves the section inside, which will allow these two things that I just removed to clip back into place. If it doesn't keep turning, it will eventually. To make it easy on you, what I would say is to take a picture before you remove a part. That's what I did in the beginning. So now we're going to put the bobbin case back in place. Remember in the second video I showed you that it's a puzzle, and you click. There we go, it's back in. It's so rewarding, guys. Once you like struggle, you eventually get it right. I'm not going to fetch the bobbin because that's what we did in our previous two videos, so you know how to do that now. So we're done at the bottom. It even looks better, guys, now that I've oiled it. And if you can see, it's shiny. And that's how you close it. And then I'll put the cover back on. Only thing that's left for me to do is screw this back in, and then we are done. Very important to oil your machine, guys. So my suggestion would be to oil your machine once a month. I'll do more videos coming up. I know a lot of you are asking me when when we start to sew, but I'm starting with the basics. So as we go along, we know how to set up our machine, we know how to change a needle. That's something I'm going to do soon. Then we're going to get into sewing. Now we have done the maintenance. So yeah, and that is how the machine looks. She's all clean.